Like Billy? Yeah. Like, Billy, don't be a hero, 'cause it's his birthday tonight. Hey, let's give it up for Billy. It's Billy's birthday tonight, for God's sakes. And look at him back there. He's humping his ass back there behind the camera control system.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about this.
The camera control system or the announcement of your birthday? Am I in trouble now, Billy?
Yes.
I am. Fuck. Yeah, sorry. What was that? Can I join?
Sorry.
Can I join the? Yeah.
I can't help it.
Hey.
Sorry.
We're here doing live stand-up, everybody.
My bad. Sorry.
It's okay.
Let him walk out. He's gonna go. Run.
No, he doesn't. It's okay.
No, now. Why don't you switch seats?
No.
I apologize. Seriously.
Hey, wait, come here.
Oh, let's give Lee some love.
It's okay, Lee.
You can see me later.
It's okay.
God could kick that guy's ass.
I was having such a good set too. Everybody was cracking up. They were loving it. He ruined it, Cinda.
Ruined it.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what to talk. I've had a day. I gotta tell you, my brain is scrambled. See? And we've got problems here. We've got issues. It's all good now.
We're here.
We're good? Feeling the love? Really feeling the love now. Gotta calm myself now. I'm getting the vapors. I have been coming here talking a lot about the Bible. You know the Bible? Everybody familiar with the Bible? It's a blog. It's like an old blog. They should call it the Bible, right? Because it is quite libelous, don't you think? A little libelous, you know? There's a lot of stuff that's said in the Bible that I just really don't understand. You know, it's like an eye for an eye. So if you take my fucking eye, I'm going to take your fucking eye, right? But if you hit me, I'm going to turn my cheek. I'm going to turn away from you. So which is it? You know, are you going to take my eye or am I going to punch you in the mouth? You know what I mean? What's the deal? I don't get it. Planting plants right next to each other, what's the problem with that? Anybody in here play football? Anybody ever touch a fucking football? You should be dead. He will surely die, is what the Lord saith unto us. If you pick up a goddamn football, you will die, motherfucker. That's what God said. He said, I'm jealous. He sounds more like a really shitty girlfriend to me. Don't you think? You know, like, I'm really a jealous God, and don't ever look at another God other than me. And then he sends this poor guy, God, geez, man, I'm telling you. Moses, the guy was just, he must have been exhausted by the time his life was over. He was having him run back and forth to Egypt and doing all this shit. Oh, yeah, okay, listen, Moses, what you're going to do is you're going to go down and you're going to talk to the Pharaoh, right? And you're going to tell him that you better fucking let my people go, or I'm going to fucking send some shit on him. And you know what he's going to say? He's going to say no. So go ahead, do it. So he goes down there and he says it, and the Pharaoh says no. And he comes back and he goes, see, I told you. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go down now, and I want you to tell him I'm going to do a bunch of other shit. And you know what he's going to say? He's going to say no, but go do it. So he goes down and he does it. This fucking goes on 5 fucking times, man. He keeps going back and forth and back and forth. And, you know, I mean, after time 3, if you were Moses and you were smart, wouldn't you come back and go, hey, man, why don't you just fucking kill him? Just let my people fucking go. Just get them out of there. Poor guy. And then they got to make these arcs, right? They got to make an Ark of the Covenant. Oh, this big thing. And he's like, it has to be a cubit and a half by a cubit and a half. It's got to have silk, and it's got to have gold, and there has to be brass grommets on the side. And he sounds like a fucking gay interior decorator or something. Oh, God, look at that Ark. Oh, my God, it's gorgeous. And my brother, I want to make him the priest, and he's going to come in. And the tabernacle, it has to have a door over here, and then we have to have some shadings over here. So let's have some shadings, but that shading only has to be, I mean, it was like to the meticulous little, it was ridiculous. I would have fired him. I would have fired that fucking interior decorator. I would have just taken him out. I wouldn't have fired him. I would have shot him. I would have killed the fucker. That's what I think. I have 2 daughters, and I'm thinking of selling them into slavery. I don't know if I can, though, because one of them is, well, they're both too old. You know, they're not like, they're not useful anymore, you know. I mean, one of them's in her 20s, you know. So, you know, she's no teenager anymore. The other one I just found out about 3 years ago, and she's 40. So, I don't even think I have possession of her ever, you know, because my best friend raised her. So, you know, what are you going to do? I was hoping to make some scratch. You know what I mean? Make a little scratch off the daughters. Hey, come over here, baby. Listen. I'm telling you, she does really good math. She's really good at math. I don't know where I'm going with that. What are some of the other shit that they talk about in the Bible? It's just, it's very funny. It goes on and on and on. And every fucking time they start a new chapter, they got to go, and the Lord saith unto Moses. We know, you know? And also, when he made the ark, he had to tell him the recipe, which takes about 4 pages, just to tell him the recipe about the 2 cubits by cubits and silk and all the shit. And then he goes, tell the people. And he goes down and he tells the people, and they have to give the whole fucking recipe again, another 4 fucking pages. And then he comes back and he goes, okay, I told the people. And he goes, okay, well, now go build it. And so then they got to go build it, and now he's got to go through the whole fucking recipe again. It's like they should, if they put in there, if you know how to make an ark, see chapter 1, it would have been a pamphlet. It would have been a fucking pamphlet. I swear to God, they would have saved so much time. But you know what I figured out it was? They were trying to put the kids to sleep. The Bible is just a big bedtime story. That's all it is. It's just put the kids to sleep and scare the shit out of them, you know, so that they won't do anything wrong. That's all it is. It's like it goes on, and they got these nice little snippets. I'm just going to tell you just a little bit, just enough to scare the shit out of you before you go to bed. Then you go to bed, and you go to sleep, and you get up, and you're a good boy and girl. But the girls really got it bad. Man, the women. And they killed so many fucking people. I mean, God really killed a lot of people. Lots of people. Which brings me to my mother.
You listen to me.
During the COVID, you know, the COVID outbreak, I went and took care of my mom for a while. And I didn't do a very good job because she died. No, she would have loved that joke. She would have fucking loved that joke. She was, yes. Give it up for Mom. Give it up for Pat. Here's to you, Pat. Pat was a great woman. She always never let us cuss when we were kids. We couldn't say fart. We couldn't say fart in my house. We had to say pop. And I remember we were at a restaurant one time, and I went, Mom, I popped. And the woman next to me went, oh, my God, what happened? Like something bad had happened? And no, I just farted. It was very embarrassing. But one day, I used to get her these books on tape because she couldn't read anymore, and she loved it. So I got her these detective stories that she liked. And one day I walk into the room and she's listening to it, and the guy's going, and then he took his hand and he draped it across her shoulder, down the small of her back. As the sweat dripped down, he followed the stream of sweat to the crack of her beautiful, glorious. And I was like, okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So I left for a little while and let the story play out. And I came back a little while later and I said, so how was the book, Mom? And she goes, it was very colorful. And a couple days later, she died. No, she didn't die a couple days later. She was around for a long time. She loved ice cream sandwiches and grilled cheese sandwiches made with Stilton cheese. Ooh, man. It was so good. So good. And Dr. Pepper. So with that, and with the roarious applause and laughter of you all, I shall leave the stage and bring up the fabulous Sonda Kronquist.
Hey, did you hear me? I couldn't hear myself. I'm kidding. I'm looking for an earring. Have you ever done this? Is that your earring piece? No? I'm looking for an earring back. Don't you hate to lose them?
Yeah, that's why I wear them.
That's so smart of you. I shouldn't wear them either. I just don't want to make a mistake with the name. And I'm going to say that I'm really glad to welcome you to the stage. And so we're going to see the comedy of the one and only JD. There you go. What's your last name for me?
Stewart.
Stewart. Okay, thank you. JD Stewart!
Great set, by the way. I loved the black jokes. I'll see you at the rally tonight. And I loved your set as well. Don't shoot, please. Where's Lee?
He's got to go.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna tell him he sounds like he's in the type of relationship where he definitely knows what it's like to hold in a fart for 6 hours. But anyway, back to my favorite topic, me. I just got sober recently, which is a big deal. I quit 5 minutes ago. Anyway, I'm in a relationship. Recently, my girlfriend wanted to show me how weird men can be, so she logged into her Tinder account just to show me. And every other profile I saw was just pictures of men holding up dead fish. And the thing I don't understand is, like, bro, if you really want to have success on this app, why don't you hold up an animal that's, like, alive, like a dog or something? You know, you have to realize when women are on Tinder, all they're doing in the background is watching serial killer documentaries. So when you hold up dead animals, all they think is, wow, that guy's gonna chop me up and throw me in a river. It's my first time back in a while. The other thing I saw on that app was like dudes that are these psycho guys that actually enjoy watching baseball. And that's one of those things that if you're on a dating app, you should probably keep that to yourself, because women don't want to watch grown men miss a ball for 5 hours. Baseball is one of those sports where it's the only sport where you can miss the ball 80% of the time and still be considered a good player. It's like watching a porno where 80% of the time they don't have sex. I don't know what kind of freaks would want to watch that. But yeah, you know, men like violent sports like football, UFC, boxing, hockey. Any guy that showered with their dad as a kid is a natural boxer. Every time dad turns, it's like dodging punches in the shower, you know? I'm serious. Where do you think the speed bag came from? You know, that's where they go. That's where it came from. I don't know, I'm just trying out ideas. Yeah, I had a really weird childhood, as you might imagine. Yeah, mainly I think it was because when I was a kid, my parents made a sex tape. And somehow this thing ended up all over the internet, and they couldn't get it taken down. And kids at school used to pull that video up on their phone to bully me with it. And it was really painful. But what was even more painful was the pain in my arm from holding the camera for 40 minutes. That's why I'm against porn. I think it should just be banned from the internet. I don't think it should be allowed. But mainly because I had a girlfriend who was absolutely addicted to porn a few years back. She'd watch it every day, every night, anywhere. And one day I had it. I told her, listen, if you don't stop watching porn right now, I'm going to leave. She said, well, that's not fair. Everybody watches porn. And watching porn isn't cheating, so why do I need to stop watching porn? I said, you want to know why you need to stop watching porn? I said, because this airplane is really crowded and everyone is staring at us. You know, people always ask me, what was it like dating such a feisty, fiery woman? I always tell them this. Dating her was like dating a gallon of gasoline. Because just like gasoline, she was always getting drilled by Middle Eastern men. What else? I don't know. I'm just riffing here. I was watching the Academy Awards like a week ago, and they had Adam Sandler on. I know that guy's a comedian, but for some reason, every time he's on TV, all he ever wants to talk about is basketball. And he wants to brag about how he's the best shooter in all of Hollywood. But I think we all know that the best shooter in Hollywood is Alec Baldwin. I mean, that guy, one shot, two people, and got away with it. I call him White O.J. Simpson. We got to get behind this guy, guys. Mainly because it's too dangerous to stand in front of him. I think that's my time. Thank you very much.
Hey, where do we find you, JD?
I just started doing this, so nowhere yet. But
All right, so that way we mean your social media.
yeah, I got to get on there.
Get on there.
I love that.
Get on baby.
I so love that. I so love that. I so love that. And let me tell you something. This is the middle of everything, but I wanted to just be sure that everybody was here, and Lee had to run out. But we want to bring up the birthday boy right now. And I want to tell you, this gentleman is so special that for his birthday, I think we should all play drums when he comes up because he loves drums. Our own drummer boy, happy birthday, the middle-aged muchacho, the one, the only, Billy Ramirez.
Thank you. Once again, give it up for Sheila E. What? Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah, sorry. So I had to go. I'm already warm on stage. I had to put my jacket on because it hides most of my snack weight. It's less of a fashion thing and more of a structural accessory. By the way, speaking of Alec Baldwin, does anyone watch Canadian football, like the CFL? Watching Canadian football feels like watching a movie starring a non-Alec Baldwin. Yeah, it's like if it's like what I don't know, like Peter Baldwin, whatever. I'm just saying, who cares? That's why I didn't write it down on this set list. All right, so my name is Billy Ramirez, and I am not afraid to tell you that I am ticklish. And the reason I am not afraid to tell you that I'm ticklish is because I am violently ticklish. Is anyone else here violently ticklish? Go ahead, kick your neighbor. Yeah, let's go. When you hear someone's ticklish, you might get the urge to run up behind them and maybe try to, like lightly tickle them or something. Like, I wouldn't try it with me. Like not even a test tickle. You keep your testicles to yourself. God, really fucking nothing on that one? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Sorry, like I normally work clean, but like really just dead silence on testicles. God damn, they're doing homework back there. Look at that. Alan Weiss is doing accounting. Like you're doing manual Excel worksheets over there, anyways, and then Patty's writing a list of all the prostitutes he wants to sleep with or something, right? No.
Hit the nail on that.
Is he? I don't know. We were talking about prostitutes earlier. Like that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of conversations you walk into at LA School of Comedy. Just anyways. But yeah. So like the ticklishness is part of it. I'm kind of an anxious person. Just like it was when some people might meet me and they're like, "Wow, you're kind of like cool and composed." Maybe not cool and composed, but like not as anxious as you seem. But it's like, I don't know, I'm just trying not to get in trouble, not trying to get yelled at. If you were raised right, it probably doesn't make sense. But if you weren't, like, yeah, you're just trying to go about the day without getting yelled at. But yeah, so I'm ticklish, and I'm the kind of violently ticklish that I think if I wished the wrong wish and ended up in the middle of a UFC fight, my only chance would be if my opponent would accidentally tickle me. That's it. That might be my only chance. Like if you hear the word ticklish, you might envision a beautiful child just giggling and butterflies and whatnot. But no, for me, if you tickle me, I'm the kind of ticklish that you might have to end up buying new furniture. Just like, I'm sorry, Doug, I didn't mean to suplex your grandma, but she tickled me. I'm sorry. Like, you know what? She's gonna be fine. But that coffee table's toast. All right. On second thought, I'm gonna go ahead and hit her life alert. Anyways, but I'm so ticklish. I once accidentally ended a relationship. Like I was standing out in the balcony, just staring out into nowhere, and she comes up behind me, tickle, tick. Oh my good Lord, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Let me see your nose. Full Picasso. Oh, it's not that bad. It was pretty bad, and it was actually the start of her blue period. Anyways, so I don't know. Along with the anxious, to give you a background, like I am Latino, first generation Mexican American. I was raised under the rule of La Chancla. And like, I pay attention to everyone's footwear here. Like, all right, this is a chancla-free environment, so I'm fine. I should be fine. But like, just not too long ago, I was walking past Cafe 50 out on Santa Monica Boulevard. This lady was eating outside, and she reached down to adjust her sandal. I almost dove into traffic. I mean, I'm not taking any chances. I don't know if you're about to throw a chancla at me, but along those lines, this has never happened to me, but I hope it never happens. I hope I never get asked to pick a card. Like picking a card, being asked to pick a card feels like one of the most anxiety-inducing activities I can imagine. Like, because when you get asked to pick a card, inevitably you have to remember what the card says after you put it back, and that is where the problem begins. Because like, I don't know if I have a short-term memory issue, but it's not short-term because like I recently joined a kickball team. And I've been on it for 7 weeks, and I know it takes at least 8 weeks to learn people's names. So when I have to look at the card and remember what it says and put it back, it just feels like whenever I threw away the package on food warming instructions, and I have to remember, like, is it 25 minutes at 400 or is it 45 minutes at 200? I don't know. Like, anyways, but what was that? Your card? My card? The Jack of Lanterns? I don't know. I'm sorry. I ruined your trick. But if you think that's bad, I burned my dino nuggets, all right? So we're both having a bad day. Let's see what else. Recently, I made a big decision. I analyzed all the info available to me, and I saw through the BS, and I found the truth, and I made a very important decision to get rid of my cast iron pan. I finally got rid of my cast iron pan. A couple years ago, I bought into the fad and just burned some things and made a couple things. I don't know. Just eventually, I stopped liking my cast iron pan because every time I pulled it out, it felt like I was about to repair a train or embark on the Oregon Trail. I don't know. It just felt like a useless, old, pointless piece of technology. One annoying thing is the whole seasoning thing. Did you know that washing a cast iron pan properly is the ultimate sin? Yeah. To get it to work properly, you actually just have to not wash it properly forever. So you develop this patina, which means old and dirty, this seasoning, this kind of seasoning that if your child showed up to dinner with this kind of seasoning on their hands, you would tell them, like, go march upstairs and wash up, you dirty little whatever. But I think the most annoying part is that people that love cast iron, they love saying, oh, well, the thing about cast iron is it conducts heat real well. Oh, it conducts heat real well. Like, yeah, well, you know what? If I ever put together an orchestra called Heat, I will get a cast iron pan to conduct it if it just gets you to shut up, I think in 2025, if you purchase a cast iron pan, someone in your family should die of dysentery. Let's see. So I am Latino y hablo español y todo eso. What's up? So I have a piece of trivia for you about the band Maroon 5. So check this out. I bet you didn't know this. Did you know that the band Maroon 5 has a different name in Latin American countries? Yeah, that's true. In Latin American countries, Maroon 5 is known as Cinco Pendejos. And that's true because I saw it on Wikipedia when I put it there. Oh, what's that? Another band joke? Sure. Okay, how about this one? My favorite thing about the band Mumford & Sons is that we know exactly who to blame. Thank you very much. Yeah. What is this with this mood today? Jesus Christ! Like Sunda's answering emails. Patty.
It's you.
Patty is designing clothes back there, and then Alan's trying to figure out the pricing for it. Anyways, whatever. What was that?
Just doing a little elevator pitch.
Oh, so what is it? What are you selling? Are you selling camisoles? Actually, speaking of women's clothes, like Sunda, do you get charged more or less for all the holes in your clothes? Like, no, I'm curious. Like, no, I'm curious. It's stylish, but like, because it's stylish, do you get charged more, or do you get charged less because it's less material?
You know, I don't get charged anything because they want me to wear on camera. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so I'm just wondering, because like, if there's less material, this should be, anyways, whatever.
I think that way about shoes, Billy.
Huh?
I feel that way about sandals. I don't like paying a lot of money for sandals.
Exactly. There's less material.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't pay for holes. Right. Anyways. Let's see what else I got left. So one of my favorite things about living in LA is that as an undercover Latino, I love walking into taquerias and just showing off my español, especially when someone, when I ever hear someone order something like a chicken quesadilla, chicken fajitas, chimichangas, or something like that. By the way, it's a tragedy that Celia Cruz and Eric Estrada never teamed up for anything. Could have had a variety show called Chips and Salsa. All right, that one's on the house. But yeah, it's just like whenever I hear someone order something like a chicken quesadilla or whatever, I don't know, and it's my turn to order, I just can't resist auditioning for telenovela that nobody's shooting. Just all of a sudden, I just, ¿qué tal, preciosa? It could be a dude, I don't care. Preciosa, en este momento yo deseo 3 tacos de carne asada, 2 tortas y una peñafiel. Gracias, por favor. Muy amable. Buen provecho. Que Dios te bendiga. It could also be night in the suns of my eyes for some reason. But the problem is, I have this face and demeanor, so sometimes I'll order in fluent Spanish, and then in return I'll get a, okay, do you want, hijo de tu puta madre? Fine, Jose, I will have a side of that green whack-a-mole, whatever that is. I know what it is. But actually, it doesn't matter where when I hablo español, because whenever I do, I just go completely overboard and basically turn into one of those Latino reporters you see on the news. I don't know if anyone still watches the news. But if you do, pay attention to any reporter whose last name ends in easy. And there's a very good chance that reporter is going to take any and every opportunity to cherish the rich cultural tapestry of the Spanish language. And that's how I hablo español, like a Latino reporter wrapping up a segment. Something like, police don't have any further information on the suspect. Reporting live from El Camino Real in Santa Clara. This is Gustavo Guzman Gutierrez, el mero más chingón, tú sabes, güey, for ABC 7 News. Back to you, Nancy. All right, I've been Billy Ramirez. You can find me. You can find me in.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle.
I still have the mic.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, quick survey. Of everyone who sang, how many of you actually enjoyed it? All right. Yeah.
You want the real one?
What? What's the real one?
You sing it.
Gotta do it now. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
That's the one. Oh, that's the one.
Happy birthday. Billy Ramirez is my friend. Do. Since we can't remember when. Do. His comedy is just a sin.
Oh, you silly Sunda. You're a silly goose.
No, and he is mini muchacho. Now we're here to praise you and tell you we love you. You know you love comedy because this is a friggin' zoo. Happy birthday, Billy.
Please welcome back to the stage Sunda Cronquist. Thank you.
There you go. We don't forget people here in this crazy place that we call love. And when I say love, I need you guys to get some energy together. If you don't have it, I'm going to have to put you on Addie. And it can't spell Addie without Patty. Bring it up for Patty. Patty.
Hold on! Wait a minute! Come on with it!
So good to see people. I haven't seen you in such a long time.
I
I have to tell you the truth. Isn't Mio hot? God damn it, she's fucking hot. Talking about, no, here's the thing. You'll appreciate this because women are mystical things. And by the way, I mean, there's more testosterone in here than a fucking gay rodeo. Let's face it. I've been to a gay rodeo. They had a gift shop and a glory hole. I know you can tell. But women are mysterious, especially like when I was discovering women, they were mysterious. You know, this is what you guys, when you're 11, you have a computer in your pocket that has access to all the filthy fucking porn in the world. It's demystified women. I was 19 before I saw a real life naked woman. Fucking fantastic. There's never been anything God has created that is so wonderful as a naked woman in a room with me. Specifically, give it up for a naked woman in the room with me. And here's the thing, the mystery of a woman. You know, a lot of them, this is before there were cell phones where women would actually have loud conversations and reveal anything. They were mysteries. You know what I mean? I might find a Playboy in my dad's sock drawer that showed side bush. Oh, by the way, give it up for hairy pussy. Any hairy pussy? Any retroactive hairy pussy lovers? I don't understand the bald pussy thing. It's borderline pedophilia. God puts grass on the field because it's game fucking time. Don't understand what the thing is with the no pubic hair. But I want to tell you, they didn't even show pussy. They showed side bush. Fucking drove me crazy. Crazy. And this was during the Bush era, not the Bush administration. That came later, but the era of big, fucking, bulky, beautiful Bush. You know, we loved that Bush. You know why? Because there was pussy behind it. Men love anything if there's pussy behind it. That's why we do most of the things we don't want to do, is because we think there might be fucking pussy behind it. That's the way it's always been. But here's the secret. And you're talking to a man, and I'm going to tell you something. I know I married the right woman because I married the wrong one first. It's California, you get a practice spouse, it's written in. But here's the thing, because this is for the young men here, because you just laid it on the line. And I loved every time you said cribbage. I knew you were talking about your titties, but I love the way you say cribbage. It's not, it's cleavage, but you say cribbage. I love the cribbage. I love your, give it up for her cribbage. But you demand what all women should demand from men, and be specific. You better know how to eat that pussy. Here's the thing. I'm going to give you guys the solid truth. Now, back in the 70s when I first started, the rumor was black men did not eat pussy. They did not. They were lying. They were lying. And they kept that lie going up until about 1991. When were you born? 1991. Was it 89? Yeah. 89. So here's my advice to any young man who's interested in women and maybe keeping one. Learn how to eat pussy really, 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 really good. Because that way you don't have to give away half of everything you own about every 3 years. Get it in there. Do your alphabet. Get your licks in. Get in there. Make her happy is what I'm trying to tell you. Am I right? Give it up. Come on. I think it was American hip-hop diva and gynecological lyricist Sexy Red who said, "My pussy pink, my booty hole brown." Have truer words never been said? Have truer words never been said? Am I right? I don't want to hear about this bonus hole. Also, you know, anything is a dildo if you're brave enough. Once again, Sexy Red said that. But here's the truth. What is this bonus hole thing that got worked into our fucking vocabulary? Did you ever hear this a couple years ago? The fucking bonus hole? That's a slap in the vag to every factory-installed pussy that ever walked the earth. Bonus hole. That is the hole. That is the hole from which we all originated from. Look. Let's do this right now, just to get the curse off the coin, okay? Let's get a round of applause for the LGBTQIA community. Give it up for them, because isn't it great that we live in a time where people can love who they want and be who they want? And while we're clapping, how about giving it up for the H's, the heterosexuals, who made all those other letters possible? Because if the H's stop doing their thing, none of those other letters are going to exist. You feel me? It's the truth. Just give it up for good old Look, here's the deal. I'm not mad at you. If you like aftermarket pussy, go ahead. If that's what you're after. My brother had a LeBaron. It wasn't a convertible, but he made it into one. He just sawed the roof off. And when you drove in it, it kind of felt like one, but you're like, nah, not really. Not really. Like, I had sex with a trans woman who had the operation, but my buddy didn't tell me. Beautiful. But she had the operation. And I'm just going to tell you something. As a fan of factory-installed pussy, I could tell there was something wrong. Because it didn't make that... Come on, guys. There's a sound that's made. And it was not making that sound. It was a bit... And I was shooting pool with a rope. A little bit. You know what I'm saying, baby. in there, and I said, I was just frustrated. You ever be fucking and it just ain't working, and you just get frustrated? Like, oh, damn it, fuck. I was all ready for this. So I said, I don't know, it's just not right. And she goes, your friend didn't tell you? I said, tell me what? I said, I'm trans. I said, you mean I could have been fucking you in the ass this whole time? I don't know. This is good. This is my favorite part of my act, where all of you just look at me and feel a whole lot better about yourself. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to say I recently saw, are you familiar with, or have any of you been curious to see Shen Yun? Shen Yun, you know Shen Yun? Yeah. And to tell you, Mio was good enough to take me. Give it up for Mio taking me to Shen Yun. And if you have never seen it, it is a beautiful experience. It really is. It's the story, and I never knew this, guys. You never knew that? I never knew this, Jacob. Do you know that there's no such thing as Korean people? Those are just Chinese alcoholics. Honest, the whole play is about it. It's how Korea is not really a place. Like, Koreans don't exist. They're a moral construct. They're just alcoholic Chinese people. And Korea is just a large Chinese AA meeting. That's the whole plot of it. It's beautifully danced. Really, it was something. And they're doing a sequel to the European version now. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Portugal. Have you ever heard of it? Are you familiar with Portugal? Yeah. It's a myth. No such thing as a Portuguese. It's a myth. They were autistic Spaniards they tricked into leaving in the 14th century. No, it was the 14th century. It was the Middle Ages. Look, mental health wasn't a big deal back then, so they banished them all, the Portuguese. They're just autistic Spaniards they tricked into fucking leaving the country. But they did okay. They did some colonizing. They did okay. Don't worry about those Portuguese. Give it up for me, you fucks. Give it up for me! I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I watched the fucking Oscars. I didn't know one movie that was on the Oscars. Not one. Was Honora the one? You mentioned Honora, right? Honora, which it has the lowest box office of any Best Picture that has ever been won, which just is like, it's the fucking difference between what we like as people that go to see movies and what critics tell us we're supposed to fucking like. Right? Like, it's about, Honora is about a whore, pardon me, I apologize, sex worker. Well, streetwalker, or as Republicans prefer to refer to them, sidewalk capitalists. Because it matters what we call things, right? If we've learned anything over these last years, words fucking matter. Okay? Say that. Say it out loud so y'all can fucking hear me. As a young man, I lost my virginity to a big, beautiful woman of size. A large gal. You know what I mean? That was my thing, okay? All right? That was my thing, and it was wonderful. But I resent the term chubby chaser. Okay, I prefer big game hunter. That's me. Going after the big game, baby. Taking it down. God damn it. This has been exciting. You know, I'm a little aroused. I don't know. How about you guys? Anybody here? Anybody else? Kind of mid-chub somewhere around there. This has been great. I want to tell you how fucking good this has been. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to leave you guys with this. And this is another thing that Miho taught me. We had quite a long conversation. We talked about everything. Miho wanted me to relay this to all these guys. You don't mind if I relay it to them for you, do you? I hope not. Miho wants all of you men to know that if you're lucky enough to find a woman's G-spot, to make a little mark there, because it makes it easier for the next guy. I've been Patty. PADDYFORCOMEDY. I book Wednesday nights at the Mix in Pasadena. So come on down, and in the what's that? Who am I introducing? Alan. This man was voted one of the 10 sexiest accountants in the South Pasadena area. I think you all are going to laugh at him. He's my friend, and I want you all to know that he has the smoldering sensuality and the vulnerability of an alcoholic cheerleader. Put your hands together for Alan Weiss.
Goodbye. So Elise Schwartz left, and I wanted to ask him lots of questions.
I know you did.
Like, why is he still with his girlfriend if she doesn't let him do comedy? I want to ask him a bunch of stuff. I'm going to ask the audience, maybe he's watching. The sex must be really good, but not good enough where he still comes here. It's just something you got to think about, right? Because if the sex was that good, you wouldn't show up. You'd be having sex. That's what I learned from my Russian friend. Okay, so I've suffered on and off from insomnia. That's when you don't sleep. For those who don't know what insomnia is. So it's so bad, it's really annoying that I can't even sleep at work. I talked to my dad, and he was really supportive, and he said, Alan, sleep is the death of the living. Coming from the guy who sleeps at concerts, sleeps at football games, and even my bar mitzvah. Yeah, it's unbelievable. No, I don't think he was asleep. I was asleep. It's so boring. Bar mitzvahs are boring. Don't go. Don't have one. I mean, you do make a lot of money, but that's how Jews skip the inheritance tax. They just have bar mitzvahs. Oh shoot! I wasn't supposed to say that. That's a secret. That's a secret. Now everybody's want to be Jewish. Shit. So like the when you have insomnia, the cure they say is to do CBTI, which is cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnias. So that's where you journal about all your insomnia. You can either do that or just die. Those are the two options. You don't want to take sleeping pills because you will die. I learned that in a book called Why We Sleep. It said don't take sleeping pills; you will die. You'll have more chance of dying. You have a higher chance of dying, which is weird because we all have a 100% chance of dying.
Right. Yes.
Unless you're Elon Musk, who's probably a robot.
Okay.
Which is also weird because Elon Musk is DEI, and yet he still hasn't been fired. He's South African, so he's an immigrant, and he's autistic, and he's still working for the White House. Just saying. There's hypocrisy. Then I was just talking about let's see, what else can we tell? Okay, so my mom wants me. I'm single, ladies. So my mom wants me to get married, and all my siblings are married, which means I won. Most men don't want to be married, at least the ones I talk to. And when I ask them, like, how long you've been married, they go, I don't know, 8 or 10 years. And then yes, right? See, she knows. And I talk to my dad, and he goes, I've been married 49 years, 3 months, 1 day, 6 hours, and 43 minutes. I'm like, what are you, serving a jail sentence? Yeah. What are you in for? Commitment. So to appease my mom, I went to a bar to talk to ladies. And I met a lady, and I was talking to her, and it was going great. And this guy just kept bugging us. He kept harassing us. And I was like getting so irritated. I was like, what the hell, man? And he's like, this is my date. So, let's see what else. Apples. Apples. White apples. Oh, religion. So we're talking about religion earlier. Religion. And it's weird because religion has all these rules, right, Aaron? Yeah. It has all these rules. They have food rules. You don't know that they have food rules, like kosher. Like you're not allowed to eat anything, which is really weird if you've ever read Genesis, the section on Adam and Eve, that we are all still allowed to eat apples. Just weird. Just true, right? This is a simple truth joke. Okay. The Bible, so the Bible, the section where Noah was written, I think was written by Tolkien. If you've ever read a Tolkien book, he's really detailed. He'll literally talk about the color of the shade of the grass. It's very exciting, riveting read. Oh, by the way, clothes. I work at a fashion company. So the more they do to clothes, the more expensive it is. Okay, so if you have a pair of jeans that has just a regular wash, let's say, costs $35. Every time they rip it, they wash it, they dye it, they do whatever to it, it starts to go up and up and up in cost. So it costs them more and more because everything's done by hand. Okay.
Oh, hello there.
Just in case you're wondering. Okay. It's all done by hand. Okay. Let's see. So I was talking about, what else do I want to talk about? Anxiety. I have anxiety. The way I know I have anxiety is I have a Jewish mom. It's the number one way to know you're anxious. Another way to know you're anxious is you are at work and going, I hope it's Friday, and it is Friday. It's not dementia, it's anxiety. You're like, oh, anyway. Trying new stuff, we're trying. Let's see. Okay. Working on this one. So I had a car that was 17 years old. It was like a rust bucket on wheels. And I had to get a new one. But I should have known. I didn't want to get a new one, but I should have known I needed to get a new one. Like, there's a point when you have a rust bucket on wheels that you should know you need to get a new car. So I want to impart with you those. So first, I should have known because no one wanted a carpool. Second, I showed up for a date and then she canceled. And third, Cars for Kids said no. 1877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids, 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today, unless you're Alan. Keep it. I did have a 7-year-old car. I ended up getting a Tesla. And my dad was like, yes, you're finally going to get laid. And I got laid all right. I got laid off. No, I didn't. I didn't get laid off. Let's see. What else should we do? I don't know. We can practice some stuff. Okay. I did my mom's stuff. Oh, my mom. So my mom, it's weird. When she gets really, really mad, she goes, Jesus Christ, my Lord and salvation. Which is weird because she's Jewish. Right. That's like a Muslim going, Baruch atah Adonai. It just doesn't fit. Okay, I will leave it there. I have a show next week in Indiana, and following the week a show in where am I going? In Wyoming, and a show in Ohio. So if you're out there in TV land, because people watch this, come and see me. You can follow me on Alan W. Weiss. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who?
One Punch J.
One Punch J. And now we have coming up to the stage. You don't want to make this man angry. It's One Punch J.
Yeah.
I don't get angry. But I go by One Punch J because before comedy, I actually was an MMA fighter. And I'm actually pretty good at MMA. I love it. But like my condition, I can't do it because of my condition. Narcolepsy got me in a chokehold. Yeah, I usually use my fights because wrestling or jiu-jitsu, because that stuff is done on the ground. Anything done on the ground, or anytime I get comfortable to sit down, I'm gonna go to sleep. And all it takes is one punch from me, and then that person's gonna turn into a wrestler, and that's when it goes downhill. So I was in a fight, I punched a dude, he turned into a wrestler, and it's like, I thought it was an MMA fight, but he was trying to swaddle me. And then he put me in a move called the cradle. It's like this. Like the same way your mom used to rock you to sleep as a baby. And he wasn't even trying to submit me. He was just rocking me. And every time I tried to lift my head up, he'd pull it right back down on his chest. I feel like he was trying to breastfeed me. And then I woke up and the ref was like, fight's done. I was like, what happened, ref? He said, you close your eyes? I said, yeah, I was resting him. He's like, winner by TKO. I said, no, it's a VKO. I voluntarily knocked myself out. And that was my MMA career. So now, you feel me? As you can see, I don't like wrestling. I'm more of a stand-up guy. When you have narcolepsy, like, life is pretty hard. Like, so, like, meeting friends has been kind of hard lately because they always say stuff that pisses me off and I got to cut them off. So if we hanging together and it's time to leave, they say shit like, all right, bro, stay up. And I'm like, why would you say something like that? You know I got narcolepsy. You know I can't stay up. Or they say stuff like, if you snooze, you lose. Like, I done took 5 naps today, I ain't lost shit. So you trying to say because I'm sleepy, I'm irresponsible? And then, recently, they all decided to go become Hebrew Israelites, something that I could never be. Hebrew Israelites consider themselves as woke. And I'm always asleep, so I can't be one. I've been suffering in the relationship department as well. Like, the shit sucks. Because I don't want another chick who has narcolepsy. Because my dad used to say, sleep is a cousin of death. So if we have a baby, the baby will come out unresponsive. I need me a girl with I need a girl with insomnia. Because if we have a baby, scientifically, if you did the Punnett square, we have babies that come out homozygous dominant. So they meet in the middle and they have a normal sleep life. So Facebook paired me with somebody like that, but it didn't work out because she was mad at me because I always sleep. And I was mad at her because she was always up. So yeah, that didn't work out. My girlfriend actually gets mad at me all the time because, like, I'm a sleep time tasker. I take naps that make sense. So if I'm asleep, I'm gonna do it while I'm doing something. Like, for instance, I like to sleep at red lights. If I'm standing there, shit, why not take a nap? I ain't doing shit, you feel me? If I'm having sex, you feel me? If she giving me head, I just lay there and go to sleep, and that's what happened. I went to sleep, and she it's crazy because God work in mysterious ways. Because I got narcolepsy, but my dick has insomnia. So I was like, as long as he up, just keep on sucking. I'm a dream about it. And that's why I don't like Malcolm X, because he was too active for me. Like, a lot of our civil rights movement leaders, like, they would have still be here if they had narcolepsy. Like, Malcolm X was an active guy. He want to fight back and shit. Had he been sleepy, that dude wouldn't have shot him. He would have been too busy taking a nap rather than trying to not turn the other cheek and hit somebody back. Martin Luther King, like, that's my guy right there. I think he had narcolepsy too because he had a dream. You can only dream when you sleep. And had he had narcolepsy, he wouldn't have been on that balcony giving a speech. He would have been there asleep. Like, he should have had narcolepsy. Harriet Tubman had narcolepsy, and it worked in her favor. Like, she was one of the biggest thieves ever. She was stealing slaves. And it only worked because when you have narcolepsy, you have extreme daytime drowsiness. So that's why she's successful, because she would sleep in the daytime, and they'd run underneath the Underground Railroad by night while everybody sleep. That's why she got away with it. So, yeah. If she was in today's time, she'd probably be considered sex trafficking. Like, cause they're like, how people just waking up in different places and shit. It was like, nah, that's Harriet Tubman. She's just sleeping on her job. Yeah. I played football at Crenshaw High School in 2006. We won a city championship. I don't know how, though. I feel like we had a team full of high-function autistic kids, but the coach made it work. I was one of those kids. My dad thought for a long time I was autistic, how I would fall asleep. Like, I was extremely fast. Well, before I say that, I stepped on that. But everybody on the team was good at just one thing. I was extremely fast, so they would send me on Hail Marys, and I run so fast that I would get there before the ball got there, and you already know what I did. I'd fall asleep. So what the coach did was he'd make me stay at the line for 3 seconds, then take off, and then me and the ball met up perfectly. Touchdown. We had a coach, you know, when people are autistic, they have like weird affections. He was infatuated with sayings. He would talk to you only. He would only talk to you through questions or sayings. So he'd say stuff like, "I'm like, he'd be like, Crowder, why didn't you score last week?" And I was like, "Well, if RJ would have blocked for me, I would have scored." He said, "Well, if was a fifth, then we all be drunk." And I was like, "I don't know what that mean, but you feel me? Whatever." One time he said, "Why'd you like to practice?" Well, if my teacher would have let me out of class, he said, if a frog had a glass ass, every time he hop, it'd break. I don't know what that means either. Like, you feel me? And then he had this one story. He was like, "Well, did I ever tell you about the time that I missed practice?" I was like, "Nah, why you miss practice?" Because you can't let somebody come into your house and fix your pipes. But you'll get that when you get older. Nah, I still don't get it. We had a coach who had extremely bad eczema. He was bald headed, but he scratched his head like he had a wig on. Like, his hair was so dry, it doubled as a dry wasteboard. One time we had to draw plays on his head with his skin. And that play's still there today, and if you wipe it off, you might get the next play. It was like an etching sketch. We had another coach, you know, like he was a flapper. Like, he'd jump up and down and he'd flap his hands when he talked to you. I thought he was gonna fly away. He'd be saying shit like, somebody got hit one time, got put on his ass. He's like, "Boy, you just got the piss knocked." That's what that was his thing. I don't know, but he was a flapper. And then we had a quarterback. We call him Bin Laden, because he dropped bombs. He couldn't throw touch passes. All he threw was bullet passes. We had to put his little short ass in shotgun just so his passes would slow down and so he could see over the line. We had a kicker. He could only kick field goals from 10 yards and below, but could kick the fuck out of a kickoff. And that's farther than 10 yards. He boot that motherfucker always in the end zone, but couldn't make a field goal. Because he would always keep his head up. So the coach tied a string to his face mask in practice, and every time he lifted his head up, he'd yank the string. Yeah, that's some positive reinforcement for your ass. And then we had a kid named Taekwon. He was a grown man in high school. He had a mustache, big hands, strong ass arms. He's the reason why I got narcolepsy. He stiffed on me, and I've been sleeping ever since. I just want to try that out. I don't know where I'm gonna go with that one, but I feel like it's funny. Shit. He just gave me the light. I don't know if that because he thought I was up here asleep, but I'm still up because, yeah, I got narcolepsy, but I'm not lazy. When you have narcolepsy, when it's like, having narcolepsy is like having erectile dysfunction. It'd be hard for me to stay up. And unfortunately, Viagra ain't gonna help me. Like, I always get DUIs too. Like, that's another thing. I'm always in trouble with the law, and it's not because I'm drunk, but because I sleep. And I always tap bumpers. So instead of getting a designated driver, they gave me a designated passenger. Put his ass to sleep too. Like, you supposed to wake me up when I'm falling asleep, but you over here asleep. So I tapped another bumper. Had to go to court again. So now they prescribed me a Waymo car. And I'll be sitting in the driver's seat because I don't want nobody to know I got a Waymo. I'll be sitting in the driver's seat and I'll be steering the steering wheel like Maggie on the beginning of The Simpsons. I'd be steering and shit. And I could go to sleep, you feel me? And the car's going to take me wherever. I fucking love it. Only problem is when I fall asleep, I ain't got nobody in there to wake me up. I got to work one day and fell asleep before I got there, and I was just sitting there. God dang, it's nighttime and I'm in front of my job. I'm like, why the fuck am I at work at nighttime? Boston called me like, "You missed work today." I was like, "Shit, I was right in front. Well, didn't nobody come and wake me up? Like, y'all know I got narcolepsy." And then so I tried truck driving, and you feel me, like, but the boss was mad at me because I used to fuck with his daughter. She had insomnia, and like he used to like pick on me. Like, everybody else had the truck with a sleeper on it, so he could take naps. I had a day cab. My shit didn't have a sleeper because he didn't want me to get sleepy. Like, you feel me? Because I get to the truck stop, and while they waiting to load, I take a nap. And sometimes they knock on the window, sometimes they wouldn't. So yeah. he wanted he and his daughter to have a baby so bad, but like it just wouldn't work out. Like I said, our sleep schedules didn't align. But he gave me a light. My name is 1 Punch J. You can find me on Instagram underneath the number 1 punch, one word, _JAY. Don't sleep on me, because I'm going to sleep on y'all.
Oh, and I love your sneakers. They're so wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I got them off Timo.
From where?
Timo. Oh, yeah.
Timo?
Timo, yeah.
Is that something I should know about?
Yeah, they got everything on there.
Oh, the Chinese?
Yeah.
I ain't messing with that.
It's like AliExpress.
Wait till that baby toe fall off. No, I'm kidding. But it's Chinese? I mean, is it leather? Well, it's...
Yeah, they feel like they look like Vans. They straight.
They're beautiful.
Appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it because I had foot surgery. I don't know. Seriously, I did. And you'll never think you need your baby toe until they take the bone out, okay? I know, it was a shard. It split in a car accident, and they had to pull a piece out. And I've been running to these doctors like crazy, and it's just one of these things. Who wants to hear about it? Because I'm such a complainer. Who wants to hear a complainer when you have the comedy of Jacob McGregor?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Sorry I was late. I forgot to put the estrogen in my Vespa, and it was kind of sputtered out. But yeah, that's my goal tonight. My goal tonight is I get too fast on stage. You know, I always want to go fast. Does it go fast? And I say, and I'm going to try to kill, and I'm going to try to slow down. Sometimes I just go fast, you know, too much. But I'm trying to go, slow, Champagne, mountain range, Gulf of America, brand deal, Under Armour. Sponsor me. Anyway, slow it down. Brand deal on the line. But Patty, I wrote everything down. By the way, I wrote all those. I didn't even prepare anything. This is just all me writing during your set. Yeah, I'm gonna give it up for Patty, spreading the knowledge to the next generation. But Sunday last night, I'm out and about, and I get a text at 12:30 in the morning, and it's like a hostage photo, and it's pictures of me doing comedy from earlier in the week, and no explanation.
Keep my word.
So then I'm thinking, I can't respond to this at 12:30. That's just, I was like, oh, thanks, Cinda. But I thought, I didn't know what was about to happen. I didn't know if she was like outside waiting for me, like, I'm here for you. You don't need to call an Uber. Mommy Sunda's got you. That was a great experience. I think it was scary. Scared me straight. But there's no hope. There's really no hope. There's no hope. I had why were you hating on baseball, JD? Really, man?
It's the worst.
Middle-aged muchacho and I, birthday boy, we exchanged some. I mean, come on, man. You gotta, America's pastime. 999 challenge. Anyone ever do that? You know what that is? 999 challenge. 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, in 9 innings. Okay, and one hell of a bathroom visit after it, let me tell you. Oh, man. But baseball's great. I had a kind of not as fun of a coach in high school, baseball coach, but he was more angry than goofy. He would talk kind of, he liked the word frig. You ever use the word frig? It wouldn't be, you make a mistake. He would go, not, this is what you did, you'll get it next time. Come on, champ. It was more, let me friggin' tell you. When I coached college kids, we lost a conference championship. Because I went through his legs. Brain dead, friggin' brain dead. My favorite thing he said was that, I was at a PC school in San Francisco, politically correct. He was, meeting the un-PC quota just for general ed requirement, so you knew that was sort of out there. But he would say, let me friggin' tell ya, I can't be racist because I have a friggin' black wife. Which, if I were her and I were there, I'm like, that's all I am to you. But that would be my Jewish mom if she was. Anyway, I don't know. I'll workshop. But how he met his wife, not only is he's white, she's black, but when he met her, was 44. And when he told me this, he said, don't tell anyone. But he was 44 and she was 19. True love. He was a cop. Before baseball coaching, he was a cop in San Francisco. And he'd always tell a story. We'd lose a game, and we'd just be stuck there in the cold, waiting to go. We lost a heartbreaker. He's like, let me friggin' tell ya. You guys are taking this loss pretty friggin' hard, but me, I see things a little differently. I'm living on friggin' borrowed time. I was a vice cop in San Francisco, when it was the friggin' homicide capital of the world. This guy would also hobble around on a Louisville Slugger as a cane. I used to be fast. I used to be so friggin' fast. But anyway, he met his wife. Let's get back to that. He met her at a Burger King. Okay, he's off duty, Daly City, up near San Francisco, and he hops into the Burger King, and he thought, wow, he's looking for a Whopper. But as he's getting it, he thinks, wow, this hostess has really excellent manners. That's what he said. It was the friggin' manners. It was the manners. The friggin' manners. You have great friggin' manners. And he said, listen, I'd like to friggin' take you on a friggin' date. Instead of disgust, I don't know, this guy's got it figured out. She goes, oh, I have a boyfriend, I'm taken. He goes, oh, frig. Comes back 6 months later to the same Burger King, same hostess, tries again, 25 years later, still married. Crazy. Give it up for true love at the Burger King. Looking for a Whopper and got a whole lot more. Yeah, but he'd say there's no friggin' hope. There's no friggin' hope. And I kind of believe him now. I'm starting to see it. I had a call, thank you, fellow traveler, or something. I don't even know what that means. But wait, what is fellow traveler again? Could someone cover my ass here? Is it like a communist thing? Is that what it is? Not a communist. Love America. What was that?
Fellow traveler?
Is that someone's got to know. This is L.A. We're like a comedy.
Well, it could be a reference to someone who's just living life.
Oh, yeah, I meant it like that. I thought it had like a political connotation. I didn't mean...
Code for the Illuminati.
No, it's the Old Irish.
Old Irish. Good lad. Just going through life or whatever. That's what I meant by it.
Yeah, just a fellow traveler.
Just a fellow traveler. But there's no hope. I got the mic, man. Chill out. I have all your notes, though. Yeah. Thanks, Patty. My brother. But there's no hope. I talked to my brother, who is he's not on the Jewish side. He's a half-brother. And he is just like peak white. He is just successful, handsome, tall. He's a big shot. And I was asking him, he's a lawyer. I'm thinking, maybe I want to try to be a lawyer. And he's saying he made partner at a law firm, and it's really discouraging. He is like the peak. And he says, yeah, it was really like winning a pie eating contest, and the prize was more pie. I'm thinking, what am I doing? What is the point? Why try? There's no hope. We're going to go to war with China. There's no room for men. The women are, smarter than us. Women are smarter, okay? I feel women are smarter. They look better than us, okay? There's no hope. Men are obsolete. There's no point. Why do I get up? I go to the gym. For what? Okay? And now I'm just here, okay? I'm just here doing comedy. I'm living a lie. You are all living a lie. Brand deal, Under Armour, calm down, pauses. But, where to go from here? Oh, there's no hope because you can't even trust your dad. You guys know this? My dad, for the longest time, he took the message of stop counting to heart. He would say, I'm 29, and I would repeat this in school. And I'd say, yeah, my dad's 29. And the teacher would say, listen, I wouldn't be into your father. if he was such a young man. He's kind of got the silver fox thing going. You might want to ask about the age thing. Definitely not 29. But speaking of things that you aren't, there's a Jewish holiday around about now, Purim. And I'm saying it like I'm from the Gulf of America. Chag Purim. And I went to a Jewish event, and there was you wear a costume. It's like Jewish Halloween. I had a giraffe onesie. I was on the bus, actually. And I had a giraffe onesie, but I was like, I can't do this. I'm in public. And I put jeans over the giraffe onesie, and I had a raincoat, and it was sort of like Sherlock Holmes trench coat, cigar hanging out, but the tail was sticking out the back, so that was kind of it had a giraffe tail, the onesie. But I get on the bus, and there's is the technical term hobo? There's a hobo on the bus, and I was going to like a pregame sort of deal, and I'm like, I can't show up empty-handed, so I had a bottle of gin, and I had it in a Ralph's bag, and the hobo asks me, and normally I'm very generous, I want to support hobos everywhere, but he goes, can I have your bag? And I'm thinking, if I get, if there's like an open carry, I don't know, I'm new in town, open carry container, and I get arrested, my mugshot is in a giraffe suit, that might not be so good a look. So I said, look, I'm not going to give you the bag. And it's not because I don't care. I do care. But the way I pitched it to him, I said, look, I believe in you. Okay, I believe in you. You could find another bag. You look pretty together for, as a hobo. But I said, go out there. Go get him, champ. You got it. Let me friggin' tell you. But at the event, there were a lot of Israeli guys. I'll wind up on this. And it was not, I grew up with Israelis. I know it's a tough time, not getting political or anything here. But these Israelis were not my kind of Israelis. They were kind of the creepy variety. They were sort of like Jewish Guidos. Okay, are you with me? They got like the tight black shirt, instead of a cross, it's a Star of David. And I'm with a group of 3 girls. Look at me go, all straight. But this guy probably thought I was the GBF, 1 guy, 3 girls. That sounds like a movie Patty was in, 30-something in his heyday. 3 guys. I'll check it out after. I'll go to the video store. But I'm wrapping up. I got the light. But the guy comes up to the group of girls. He's like, hey, ma shlomcha, how are you doing? Hey, yeah. What? My name is Ria. It means light of God. I'm thinking, what does this guy do? Is he like an accountant? Like, God had a big, he had a loophole with his yacht. I got him a lot off the yacht. He's like, Alan, you could aspire to that. God's accountant. He's probably hiring right now. But this guy keeps going. He goes up to I'm like, what are you doing? What is this? What is end? What is your end game? He's telling one girl, oh, Simona, it means sign from God. I'm like, this is your sign to get the fuck out of here and stop bothering us. This is pretty ridiculous. And then 2 of the girls start whispering. He's like, whatever it is, do it. Whatever you're whispering about, do it. And my friend goes, we were thinking of slapping you in the face, but I don't know if you'd want that. So he leaves, and, we're debriefing. And all I could think is just, what a loser. I'm a way more beautiful man than he is. So beautiful, the most beautiful. I'm even more Israeli than he is. I'm way more Israeli. I'm a huge and beautiful Israeli. Trump Gaza, gonna be beautiful. Anyway, it's been great tonight. Thank you for letting me go slower. Trying to slow down. You could find me at JMac, JMACHAHA. Always love to come down here and try new stuff. Sunda, I guess keep the pictures coming. That was a pretty nice surprise. Thank you all.
Well, I'll forget. Listen, you can ask any of these guys that work with me here. When I remember, right, Billy? And if you ever need anything done with your social media, he's the one that's making me look funky. I love it. I love your work, and happy birthday. I wanted to say one thing about Israelis. You don't know what it's like until you shtup an Israeli. They say things to women in bed you've never heard before. Look at me. Shlomo is your papa. Prutza. Look at my sign. Look at me. You're so hot, but in my van I have air conditioner. I sell to you special price. I know. That's so Jewish. No, suing people is so Jewish. They just sue. I don't understand. I don't know why they don't call me. Just like sue. I want to wrap it up because I'm tired. And I just want to say that I was really impressed today with Aaron's client, and her name is Evelyn Case, and she's a new actress. And you have another one on, what is it, SVU?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got another one on SVU. And so, want to tell them about your classes? Go to Film Actors Cafe. It's so easy, and you'll be right here, and it's wonderful. And we also have a writing class coming, and it's with Dustin Chapin. Some of you have worked with him last time he was here, but he's back, and that's good. He's black, and you guys are all white with me. Thank you so much. Arigato and sayonara. His mother would be proud. Arigato. Did everybody pay?
No, I gotta pay.
Okay.